Hi, welcome. I'm Priscilla Batzell. This is Expressionist Fluid Art Studio Gallery's demonstrations and tutorials. Let's have some fun. Hello again. This is a 16 by 20 inch canvas. I just feel like doing a swipe, and I'm pretty sure I have a spatula around here. I also have a gnat trying to fly in my eye, so that's interesting. I'm just going to lay down some stripes, and hopefully I will smooth them over with my spatula. I was kind of thinking a rainbow would be good, but I'm a little lost right at the moment. So what's next? Blue! Right next to that. Simpler the better at this point. Just make it easy. I got turquoise, which I wish I had just started with down earlier. I'll just keep putting those aside. And I think some metallic green. I don't use it very often. That bug is really incessant. So maybe a little bit of this. I want to just change it up a little. Yeah, I can't never do exactly what I say I'm going to do. I'm just going to keep dropping those tops over there. And this is a good color for adding some contrast in. And I'm just going to keep doing that. Now, back behind that purple, can be some more purple. Because you can never have enough purple, in my opinion. But that's just me. Let's do some darker purple. Ooh, we have Floetrol thingies. That does not seem like a very clear tip. But it's still working. So far, so good. I'm going to put some red in there. Seems like a weird place to put that red. Hey, I remembered to turn off the music today. I don't think I really like that. I think I might have to change everything up a bit. Alright, so I need something different up there. There we go. Some super dark purple. That's still not doing it. Okay, well, I'm going for it. It's not overly attractive for me yet, but that doesn't mean that I won't save it, because I have every intention of making that attempt. So out the window goes my rainbow effect, and in comes whatever looks good, including maybe a little filler, a little white. Yeah, why not? I lost some there. I haven't used any pink, surprisingly enough. Hopefully you can hear me today over the fan. It's been really super hot, but we just had company leave, so I guess that's a good thing, because now I'm not dying anymore, and I think I would have been. I didn't put any gold in there, and it's not coming out very easily anyway. That's too bad. I got another one around here somewhere. But I do find that this yellow, even if it's in the middle of all that purple, makes things pop. And we're still going to get kind of a rainbow effect anyway. I think what I was looking for is some dark blue, which I don't seem to have very much of, like none. Okay, I guess that's my next color to mix. But I have some of this nice color shift that I can throw in there. Even though it's a weird squeeze bottle. That's kind of like a few other things. And I haven't put nearly enough orange in there, even though orange can sometimes be very overpowering. It's also just really a nice accent for all kinds of things. Like that, right there. I'm liking that. That's okay. I think nothing like a little purple to cure my feeling of insecurity. Let's put some up there. I might end with some blue. I think I might have to start with some more purple. I'm thinking I'm going to go for black, but I'm looking for the other gold, and I really like this green, even though I'm running out of it. I can't figure out what the color was. It was so long ago. And I'd like it to actually squeeze out, but it's not going to do that for me. So I'm going to go over here and grab this thing that will squeeze out, which is my color shift turquoise, which I just made, which is awesome. And I'm going to move those out of the way and see if there's anything that strikes my fancy there. I don't know. I know that this pink is really rude. Lots of people like it. But when it pops a color, it seems to be always a good thing. And that did what I wanted it to do. I'm going to throw some of that in here. And I don't feel like I have enough blue, really. I don't know why that is, because you can see blue. This reminds me of the times I used to Just squeeze whatever, wherever, everywhere. And of course it would always work out, it just didn't have any particular uniform design. And I love the little pops of black. So I'm going to go for that this time, because that's not always something I do. I'd like to end with some gold, but I don't think it'll show up. So I'm going to throw some of this metallic orange in there. And we are definitely at capacity for color. There's a lot of color in there. I'm just going to throw that right there at the beginning, because I can. It would be like if I couldn't. I have already in advance gotten ready my wet cotton t-shirt hemmed rag. T-shirt hem. And I will be throwing that over my shoulder for a minute. I'm going to move some of this paint out of my way. It's the end of the day. I'm relaxed. And this is still tipping on me. What am I going to put under there? I don't know. Something. Something not squishable. Okay, there's pretty much nothing under there. I moved my table down and everything became unlevel. And I'm not going to worry about it anymore. I'm going to put my swipe color up here. Medium heavy this time. Sometime I'm hoping that I get all the paint in a nice level amount all the way across, because that way when it sort of shifts, it must be time for fingers. When it shifts, it doesn't change the pattern that much. See, I love my fingers. I'm just going to touch that end, touch that edge, and take my, where are you, my wet rag? Yep, it's right there, right behind me. Always have a nice damp rag ready. And we have a piece of freezer paper at the other end. And wow, we're already making weird patterns. Cool. Means I'm going to have to find a way to rescue that. I'm throwing some gold in there. You can see that. Okay, here's my rag. I really want to bring that up. So I'm going to do that, even though it might not completely work. I'm going to fold the knot edge of the hem part over. I'm going to dip my rag in and let it saturate for a moment in the black puddle. I'm going to push it forward and pull it back, tap the end, and say go. Here we go. And I brought my other torch out from my resin studio. So with any luck at all, if I need a torch, this time it will light. I also made sure it would light. I am really inclined. I want to knock that paint off. I'm going to let that slide down over. I'm going to take my lovely painty rag, and I'm going to put it on the edges and let it cover what's not been covered already. And then, because I know there's a bunch dripping down below, I'm going to make an attempt to salvage some of that and do the same thing on the other side without turning the painting. Because I can. And I suspect it will work. And that is turning out just the way I wanted it to. And it's not motivating itself too much in the wrong direction. And I'm going to try and use that rag on that little wet piece of canvas. And then I'm going to throw it over here. Where am I going to throw it? I didn't make a place for it. Okay. Okay. Right there on that. I have an edge catcher. I also have some canvas showing on my sides. I'm going to run my finger down there, wipe it off on my rag. That's changing very nicely, huh? That's pretty much exactly what I wanted, and I deserve it today. Rough day. So, we're all just watching that change now. What I really want is a little rag, and I have a bunch of them. And I'm going to wipe off underneath my edges, so I have a little less paint dripping down underneath, because I'm not working on legs or tacks or anything else. I just don't mind getting my tile messy. That's my prerogative. You can do it differently. It's up to you. I hate gloves. I'm in Florida. It's 90 degrees most days here now, so if you want to use gloves, sweat rolls down my arms. Let's see if this will work. Oh, please work. I'm really tempted to get out the Rain-X and see what happens. But this is pretty nice right now. It gave the rainbow effect I was hoping for. I kind of want to tip it down toward the black, but I also don't mind the black. There is no silicone in this anywhere. I suppose I might spiral it. You can never tell with me about that. I like to spiral things. And I was sent some tubing so that if I want to blow anything, which I might, I can do that without getting my head in the way. Yeah, like that's probably going to happen. I did cut it short because it winded me when I tried it earlier, so let's try this. Cool. Discovering some nice colors, yeah. Really nice colors. This is working out quite interestingly. I'm not talking while I blow though. But in theory, you can see what I'm doing without my head in the way, which is really new and different. Yep. I love how that color leaks down into the black and there's no explanation. Even so much so that it's actually tipped in the wrong direction and it's still doing it. I'm not minding that, but it is encouraging me to think I had to see what happens. Yep, I'm liking that. I can do that. I may have to do it a few times. Yep, I'm really liking that. I don't see much gold in there. I'm kind of hoping I'm not tipping it too far in the wrong direction. I am going to have to actually level this at some point in time in the future. I keep trying different things and none of them is really working, but that seems to be working okay, so hopefully we'll continue with that. I hear somebody headed for the pool. There's going to be a splash in a minute. If you wait for it, you'll hear it. There it is. There's the splash. You can hear it because there's no music. When I'm done with this, I will be in there too, because that's one of the nice things about hot days in Florida. If you have a pool, you should use it. I think this goes. Let's find that tubing again, since I didn't lose it. I find it odd that there's nothing over there that I can manipulate on that far side. So that just makes me want to do something different over there. Steal a little something with my skewer. Kind of want to wipe my skewer off and see what happens if I run it up through. It's funny how the patterns are wobbling in some places and not in others. But I'm just going to keep agitating the paint. Exposing some more colors. Changing the pattern just a little. That was weird. Don't usually see that little muckiness in there. Maybe I'll stop doing that now. I want to get over on that other side. And I think it's going to require me to switch this around. I'm not using my turntable today, even though there is one under there, because I don't know about the levelness of the whole thing. We got a lot of paint moving in that direction. Want to see? Anyway, so I'm pretty happy with that, but like I said, I'm enjoying the tubing. And I'm going to continue to enjoy it. Especially with that pink up there. Yeah. I'm liking all those freaky little patterns, really a lot. And I'm thinking I could take Rain-X and go one step further. I don't know if it would be too much, but we won't find out if I don't try. So, that's so tempting. It is. We're just having at it with the straw, because we've got it. And see, my hand's in the way now anyway, so much for saving you from my head. If in doubt, spiral it out. Use the straw, though. That's kind of cool. It's very different. I love uncovering colors. That's sort of a wicked addiction. I'm gonna have to find a nice level spot for this because we're still dropping a lot of color, which is hard on me because I really don't want to do that. No, that's not gonna help. I bet this will. So now we're balanced on two things, and neither one of them is making anything really level. I'll just wash them off in the bucket. I'm liking this. Don't get me wrong, I liked what was there. And it would have been fine to keep it. But why put all those colors in there if you're not going to try and dredge them up? And who knows what's really going to stay. I could use a torch on it again, I guess. Boy, that was every color in the rainbow right there. We have no minutes left. So, that was me having a leisurely swipe and straw. And if I lose you in a second, goodbye from Expressionist Art Studio Gallery. Trying to do too many things with my hands all at once. Hi, this is Priscilla. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And if you'd like to be super helpful, please join the membership. My art is for sale. I'm here to help. If you have questions, feel free to ask. I have 2 books on paint pouring. They're found in the Amazon link, and the Amazon link is found on the link tree in the description underneath the video. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you come again. Bye for now. Priscilla out.